On this edition of the Marc Berman podcast, we go back to 2013 for my interview with Rick Springfield. Yes, Rick Springfield. Keep in mind, all references to dates and times are back then, not today when you're listening to it. Enjoy. Rick Springfield is a singer, songwriter, author, actor, Grammy winner, and one of rock's most enduring performers. Rolling Stone called his autobiography, Late, Late at Night, a memoir, one of rock's great memoirs of all time. The very cool website is rickspringfield.com. Please welcome to the Marc Berman Show, Rick Springfield. How are you doing?
Good. Really great.
All right. So you grew up in Australia. Who were some of your influences, and were they British or American?
It was mostly British. We got all the British bands coming over to see us when I was a kid, before they made it in America. We got the Beatles, actually, in 1964. And I remember seeing, what's their names? The Yardbirds, when Jimmy Page was the guitar player. So it's a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, what a band that was, by the way. Hey, look, Jesse's Girl put you on the map internationally. You never left. Where were you playing prior to the breakout, and what were you doing?
I was playing at a bar in Glendale. I was playing cover songs in a bar in Glendale, and while I was writing and getting, I just always played. If I couldn't play my stuff, I'd play someone else's. So it was pretty low key stuff.
Okay, so now I've seen you through the years. You use different guitars. I've seen you with a Strat. I saw you with a Les Paul. I saw you with SGs. Okay, fine. Where's your Fender Mustang right now?
Hanging on my wall.
Oh, do you still have it?
Yeah, I hang on my wall in my music room.
Sorry, I had one, and I loved that guitar, but I sold it to buy pot 40 years ago. So it was 40 years ago. What was your first guitar? Wait, please don't tell me you're from Australia, so it could not be a Sears Roebuck, but what was your first guitar?
It was a plywood Framus. It's a German guitar, and I went back and rebought actually all my first 5 guitars that I ever owned, because back then I had to sell them to get, to upgrade. So the first 2 guitars were Hofner and Framus, which are German make, and they were, real much cheaper versions of Fenders and Gibsons, because we couldn't afford them back then.
Yeah, but Paul McCartney put Hofner on the map, I think, didn't he?
He certainly did.
And now we talk about Rick Springfield's 2012 CD, Songs for the End of the World. Keep in mind, this is a 2013 interview with Rick Springfield on the Marc Berman Radio Show. All references are from 2013. Listen, this new CD is great. And the website, if people don't go to see this website, they're missing out. It's an incredible website. But the CD is amazing, and I think it could be one of your best. It could be your best. Was there a theme? Is there something that you had in mind while putting together Songs for the End of the World?
Yeah, we were jokingly thinking about December 21st, but when that didn't happen, we were pretty sure the end of the world will come at some point. So we have the background music, but it's a very high energy, very up record. Actually, it's about relationships, and it's relationships living in the world we're at now, which I think is at a tipping point. You know what? It's a great CD. It's rock and it's power pop and it's got hooks in it. It's everything a great CD has. That's what this is. And look, my faves on there, the ones I like Sign of Life and I Hate Myself. I Hate Myself's great. I love that song. That song's great. We're playing that on the show. That's a great one to do live. Everybody gets into the chorus of that one, because I think we all have a little bit of self-loathing here and there. But it was one of those songs that we recorded that kind of wrote as we were recording, which I'd never done before. Now, I saw videos of you. Are the Foo Fighters your new backup band? What's going on with this? Well, we got, it's crazy. I'm watching a video, and you and the Foo Fighters are doing Jesse's Girl. That's wild. Yeah. Well, I did the thing with Dave Grohl, the Sound City documentary, and it's part of that promotion. And I wrote a song with them called "The Man That Never Was." And we've been going around with all the people that are in the documentary: Stevie Nicks and John Fogerty and Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick and Corey Taylor from Stone Sour and Slipknot, and we've been playing shows, and it's been we just promoting the documentary, the Sound City documentary that Dave directed.
And Sound City is a legendary recording studio, and that's where you record.
Yeah, that's where I recorded Jesse's Girl, my first couple albums, where Fleetwood Mac did Rumors, where Nirvana did Nevermind, and it doesn't exist anymore. And Dave bought the board out of it, the recording console out of it. And we all got together and wrote songs together and recorded it through the console, and that was kind of the idea. And he was on. I think you probably saw the Ellen show because he was on that talking about it. And then we did Jesse's Girl. We also did The Man That Never Was, which is kind of the point of doing the show. But it went to the internet version of Ellen.
Now here's what we're waiting for. Okay, will there be a reunion and tour of Zoot?
There will not, because the singer passed away. Actually, we did a show on we do an annual fan event, which this year we're doing in Florida, where we rent out a Club Med, and we have it all to ourselves, and we just, I just wander around, we play songs on the beach, and have all kinds of different shows and question and answer, and I just basically hang with the fans for a week. And we did that before we went to land. We were doing that on a cruise, and I got the band together 40 years later, Zoot, and we did a show, and it was incredible. And 3 months later, the singer passed away. So it was one of those pretty serendipitous things. We're looking to release the album of that eventually, and the video of that. And
Zoot is a band. You were in a band actually at one time, and yeah, Zoot is that band.
It was a very big band in Australia in the very early 70s, just before I came over to America and went solo. And we had a lot of hits in Australia, and when I started writing, and I was a guitar player. It was like a Wu-Tang band with the guitar, bass, drums, and a singer. And we all got together, and it was really amazing. The bass player went on to form Little River Band. And
really?
The singer was a very big star in Australia. So it was a lot of talented guys came out of this one little 4-piece band.
I got to tell you, you brought so many viewers to General Hospital, and then you left for 23 years, and then you went back, and then you left, and then you went back. What, do you have an open door policy there?
No, I just go back when they, if there's a reason. And I just actually completed the last episode yesterday. It's for the 50th. They're having the 50th anniversary.
Keep in mind, this is my 2013 interview with Rick Springfield. Times and dates in this interview are back then.
Of the show, and it was very much a part of my early beginnings, and I have an allegiance to the show, so I went back and reprised my old role, and for about three days, and then split, and that's basically that's good with me. It's a lot of work to do a soap.
Okay, so do you watch late night TV? We all do, right? And you can't sleep, you have insomnia, you watch these infomercials. You're Dr. Noah Drake, for crying out loud. Have any of these companies come to you to pimp out their products like male enhancement or any of this? I mean, come on. Look who's doing these commercials late night. Nobody's contacted you, right?
If they haven't got it to me because they know I wouldn't do it.
I don't blame you. And that would kill me to see you up there doing that. Awesome.
Yeah.
One last question. Rick Springfield, where do you vacation?
Where do I vacation?
Yeah.
Usually at my home. I mean, I'm on the road a lot, and when I have time off, I just like to sit at home and be with my family. Occasionally, probably the place I've been the most is Australia, because my mom lives there, and we go there a lot, which is a bit of a haul. It's about a 13, 14-hour flight, but it's my home, and my mom still lives there, and so it's a good reason to go there. That's probably the place I've been the most.
I want to thank you for spending a few minutes on the Marc Berman Show. You are awesome.
Hey, this is Rick Springfield, and you're listening to the Marc Berman Show.
The Marc Berman Show is always on. Go to markberman.com for our podcasts of our past shows and interviews.